Flemington in 11, Fargo, Zembu, St Martha and January. 3, 4, 8 and 6 are the ratings. And here's the market. The main ones in commission include Madame de Heros, number 1, who's opened favourite. Fargo's the second pick, Money for Zembu, and St Martha, number 8, a chance at $5.40. And that's Flemington due in 11. Now we're just standing by for the Miners New Zealand race number 10. And 1 King's Chapel the winner. 11 has got second, Shadow Fax Babe. And at very, very big odds, number 9, FT1 has run third at $19.60 for a place, $23.70 on the Super Tab, 111.9. Now dividends are coming through. King's Chapel, Shadow Fax Babe, FT1. The New South Wales Quinella, $23.70. The Exacta, $33.90. And a few gaps still to come there. There's the Super Tab Exacta. We need some trifectas. Let's join Alan Thomas for the first at Doomben.
Person and Princess Brooke. Previous race it was 3-1-5. Gussie Godiva coming from the back and winning well. In the first it was 5-1 and 3. Frassasass sat on the pace and scored a strong win. Lights turned on now. Princess Brooke is going to come up and complete the line on the outside. Princess Brooke coming in. Tote favourite Fargo, Madame de Heros, a big drifter. Well tried as Zembu. They're all in, they're set to go. Starter on the platform, 1400 for the third. They're away and racing. And as they've jumped into stride, St Martha was slow and settles at the back with Be My Person. Madame de Heros drove through and had a little trouble in finding the lead ahead of Zembu. Fargo trapped out as third on the yellow and red colours, and January's fourth on the rail. And then Be My Person, La Quinta Gold. 2 lengths further back in the field, Princess Brooke. And St Martha on the inside last of all. Madame de Heros at a steady tempo near the 1,000. Leads by about a length and a quarter to Fargo, and 2 lengths away Zembu. They're followed by January, a neck away fourth on the inside, a length further back in the white colours, La Quinta Gold, followed by Be My Person, and then as they go by the 800, Princess Brooke and St Martha on the fence. Up towards the turn, and Madame de Heros in front, Fargo is second, couple of lengths further back January, and Zembu over on the outside in the red colours, a length and a half La Quinta Gold, Be My Person, and then Princess Brooke and St Martha. Coming around the turn now, and Madame de Heros, a big drifter on course, leads by 2 lengths. And kicks in the early part of the straight ahead of now January coming through on the inside from Fargo. Zembu's called on, and Be My Person. Madame de Heros in front. Princess Brooke is coming down the outside with a run. Madame de Heros drifting out towards the middle, has a narrow lead. Be My Person, Zembu, and January over on the inside driving at it. Madame de Heros just the leader. January gets through on the inside. January, Madame de Heros, they're on opposite sides. Maybe Madame de Heros. January's close up on the inside though. Photo finish. Now third, St Martha's run on. Close up just behind those horses, Be My Person and Princess Brooke wider out. They've finished all over the track here. Behind these is Zembu, and Fargo is one of the last with La Quinta Gold last of all. Madame de Heros might get it. She's drifted towards the outside though. January's very much alive on the inside. Stand by for numbers, and it'll go to Madame de Heros. In fact, quite comfortably on the line. Second, January, beaten about a half length to a long neck. And the third place is number 8, St Martha. So 1, 6 and 8, defying an alarming betting drift. Madame de Heros has got in $4.30 and $1.40. Much better odds were bet on track. January $2 and St Martha to pay $2.20. It was a race where they were in 6s and 7s in the betting ring, and it turned out the same way on track. 1, 6 and 8. She tried very hard to throw it away, but, well, Damien Oliver, champion rider that he is, if he tried to straighten her up and keep her on one rein, she would have thrown the race for sure. He's just allowed her to drift out as he kept her going, and she's managed to win the race. She's been up a long time. Maybe she's just starting to show the signs of that, because I hadn't seen her race as erratically as that before. She's covered a lot of ground in getting right over to the outside fence, but she's managed to get home. It's a very deceptive angle here. She looked to possibly wanted a head on our angle, but it's always a difficult essay lining them up here when they get as wide as they are. January, well, she's still a maiden. She's hammering on the door for a victory. St Martha will take a lot of improvement out of that. Look for her at around a mile, and she'll be very close to winning her next start. Zembu, well tried, quite disappointing. 1, 6 and 8 in the time of 1:24.9 on race 3.
Okay, Greg, thank you. Often the money's the best guide, but it wasn't in that instance. She floated out in the betting considerably, Madame de Heros, but has still got the money. The of $157.50. Now, here's the
on 410 and 160. Kuzi, very well tried favourite here on track, and the best back to beat it has been Spur Me On. Third elect on course is number 9 Olympus. Has eased in the last 5 minutes, Olympus. Not a lot of money around for him in the last 5 minutes, and the fourth pick is number 3, and that is Hipwell. So punters really finding it down to 7 Kuzi and 1 Spur Me On, and Tasumai has really drifted quite notably in the ring. Now, only a small percentage in the stalls waiting for Hong Hai to come up. Previous of the day, won by Cosmic Force, led all the way. Chris Muntz, number 3, beat 1 Strasbourg, 2 Networks and 5 ran 4th. And in the first, 3-2-8-7, Jewel Peak, Brent Stanley beat Sharp, Miss Ivy and Mimsicor. Now, Hong Hai being coaxed up towards the line, hopefully coaxed in, half, 3/4, and is just about there. Here's Bede Murray's rep walking forward. Creston King coming up now. So with the pool building, 336,000 almost in the Windtilla, New South Wales. Number 7 Kuzi, good sort of horse, newcomer by Desert Prince, is $2.50, and Spur Me On from the wide gate is $4 and $1.50. They're the top two as we wait for Byron Bay and Spur Me On to move up. Here's Byron Bay coming forward, raced by Jerry Harvey. And Spur Me On is to link into the outside gate. Jimmy Cassidy riding Olympus. Nice to see Jimmy back after a knee problem. Kuzi, the inside runner, all Cerise being sported by Corey Brown, and they're all in. They're off. Kuzi jumped swiftly from the inside. Hipwell came out well, and so did Tasumi and Olympus. Spur Me On very, very wide, and Hong Hayes pushing up towards the lead. A length and a half to Tatsmen, followed by Oxano and then Byron Bay. And Creston King brings up the rear. Plenty of pace here, and Spur Me On the outside puts its head in front of Hipwell. A length and a half, Kuzi with a lovely drop behind the leaders, and then Hong Hay, Tatsmen, Olympus. 2 lengths to Sumi, followed on its inside Oxano, and a long margin to Byron Bay and company there with Creston King. Hipwell the leader, and as they commence the run around the corner, it's Hipwell a length on Spur Me On, and now Corey Brown pulling the Baldy Face favourite Kuzi around the heels of the 2 leaders, and then Hong Hay, Olympus, followed by Tatsmen and Oxano. Past the 300 metres, and Kuzi extending now, races up to Hipwell to hit the front. Spur Me On can do no better, but Kuzi at its debut is looking exceptionally good. Kuzi racing away from Hipwell and Spur Me On, and Kuzi wins it well. Kuzi eased down on the line, beat Hipwell and Spur Me On. Tasumi made up many lengths from Hong Hay, Olympus, and then Creston King, Oxano, followed by Byron Bay, and Tatsmen dropped out to run last. Well, the Raps were right. Number 7, Kuzi, Corey Brown for Jack and Bob Ingham, and Johnny Hawkes by Desert Prince from the Ingham mare Naughty, a canny lad mare. Jumped well and adaptable, was able to ease back adroitly to take the sit behind the 2 leaders, and then pulled around them as heads were straightened, and down the stretch came Kuzi with the Baldy Face, and this good sort of gelding has been able to win as Corey Brown so desired. Here are numbers 7, 3, 1 and 2. Kuzi, C. Brown first. Number 3 battled on determinedly. The Port Macquarie gelding Hipwell by Armadale, trained by Neil Godbolt and ridden by Huey Bowman. And number 1, Spur Me On, had to be used up from the outside gate, has run 3rd by Flying Spur, trained by Gay Waterhouse Chris Muntz. And number 2, Tasumi, didn't it rattle home? It got into the 4th hole. 7, 3, 1 and 2, time 103.90. Good run. Dark Paradise holds the class record at 1:3.52. And that was a quicker run than Jewel Peak, 1:4.62, the winner of the first. 34.52 was the sectional time.
In blinkers, he's trialled in blinkers, and but what happens these days, you're allowed to put blinkers on.
Rysek at $4.10 ahead of He Guy, and money coming for T.O. Bell, number 9. Matthew Gatsmount, trained by Colin Alderson, is tightening into $5.10. It's been the best back runner in the last minute or two. Correct weight Doomben. Crowned Lady beat Windy Kate Carrier as lane handicap. Here's Greg.
Here's It's Rysek going in. 3 of these eyeing off some big races in Tasmania. It's Rysek, Sandbelt and Archforce, provided they perform well. Jasper's Gold moves up into line. Now Bold Bard. Good on you, Nick. Welcome aboard. Favourite here for the 4th on the card is It's Rysek. A very, very open race though. First leg of the quaddie. Connections of Archforce, who's to move in now, donating 10% of any prize money this horse earns to the Mark Goring appeal, which is a terrific gesture on their behalf. Let's cheer him home. Here's Archforce now coming up. Completes the line for Stephen King, so they're all in for the Gurners Lane handicap. 25.60. It's Rysek holding favouritism. Red with the blue cap, drawn in gate 4. Racing now. Beautiful start actually. Bold Bard and Archforce away nicely the outside. He Guy is being ridden up against the fence in the early stages. It's Rysek drifting back as about 3rd last. He Guy joined by Archforce down past the judge. Sandbelt 2 lengths away. T.O. Bell up in 4th place and getting a good trail early, and then Bold Bard improving deep. It's Rysek on the inside, and then Jasper's Gold with Tarlan last of all. He Guy went through and took over the running out towards the 2100. He's a length and a half clear. Archforce is 2nd and Sandbelt on the rails is 3rd. 2 lengths to the mare T.O. Bell. It's Rysek 3/4 away the rail. Another length and a half to Bold Bard, Jasper's Gold, and 2 lengths to Tarlan last of all. As they head out towards the 1800 metres, and He Guy on top this afternoon leads a little over 2 lengths. Archforce is 2nd. Sandbelt is 3rd. Nearly a length away then T.O. Bell. A length and a half to It's Rysek. A length further back is Bold Bard. Another 1 to Jasper's Gold and 2 to Tarlan. Nice steady tempo out near the 1600 metres, and Newitt has He Guy on top. He's out by a length and a half. Archforce 2nd. Sandbelt is 3rd. T.O. Bell enjoying a good run, and so is It's Rysek midfield on the rails. About a length and a quarter then to Bold Bard, and it's being followed by Jasper's Gold and Tarlan last as they put the 1400 behind them. He Guy slowed the tempo up a bit. He's a length and a quarter clear. Archforce is 2nd. Sandbelt tucked in 3rd. 1 T.O. Bell. It's Rysek is on the inside, 3/4 to Bold Bard, and then Jasper's Gold with Tarlan last about 8 or 9 lengths from the leader. And as they head out towards the 1,000 metre mark, He Guy in front. He's about a length and a half clear. Archforce 2nd. Sandbelt is 3rd. A half to in 4th placing T.O. Bell, and then it's Rysek on the inside of Bold Bard. Another length and a half further back in the field, Jasper's Gold, and Tarlan on the outside. He Guy the leader before the turn. He's been in front for most of the journey at the 800 by a length. Archforce 2nd. Sandbelt 3rd. T.O. Bell 4th. It's Rysek 5th on the inside as they come to the turn, and then Bold Bard, Jasper's Gold, and Tarlan. Hasn't been a change in the order for a long, long way. They swing to home now, 5:50 to go, and Newitt is asking He Guy to quicken the tempo, and he leads narrowly around the turn to Archforce, and T.O. Bell went up with a rush. Bold Bard follows her into the race. It's Rysek right behind them needing a run, and getting up on the inside is Sandbelt, and next is Tarlan. They stretch across the track now with 300 to go, and Bold Bard with It's Rysek getting a run through, go after He Guy and Archforce. 150 metres to go. Bold Bard just the leader. He Guy rallies the inside. It's Rysek lifts under Oliver. He Guy, It's Rysek finishes the best. He's racing well. It's Rysek strong on the line. Beats He Guy and Bold Bard. Archforce 4th, and then T.O. Bell, Sandbelt, Tarlan, and Jasper's Gold. Running double for Damien Oliver. Beautiful ride, and It's Rysek, when the gap opened, really hit the line hard. He Guy 2nd. He rallied after leading, and Bold Bard 3rd, and they've run 2:42.3. 2:42.3. 2-5 and 1 of the numbers. It's Rysek 1st, He Guy 2nd, and Bold Bard in 3rd place. Well, why wouldn't you go down to Tasmania and have a crack at the main cups on the way this horse is racing since he broke through in this preparation and won at Bendigo back in early December. He's only been beaten on one occasion since, and that was his second placing in the back at handicap, and he didn't have the best of luck in that race either. Damien riding for a little bit of luck. He buried him on the fence midfield, but the gaps opened beautifully for him and he charged to the line. Bold Bard came with a rush, hit the lead at one point. He took He Guy on and headed him near the 200, but It's Ryzek was the most powerful finisher in the race by a long way. Good performance. Archforce had his chance sitting up on the pace the last little bit of the race, just finding him out. He Guy leading this afternoon, had his chance, but he's run into a very strong in-form stayer. 2, 5 at 1 on race 4.
Okay, weight on 2, 5, 1 and 4. It's the latest market for Rosehill. On a High is the favourite, $2.80. Mustard and Knickerbocker Kid also in commission. And over 2 Parents, it's at $6.50. Totes Flemington, It's Ryzek over He Guy and Bold Bard 251. And the full interims at Morfettville on that race just run. Bold Reef $3, 140. Keita's Lady and Ponantina. Quinella 26.80. Trifecta 155.40 on the third. Now back to Rosehill. Here's Wayne with the late mail.
Pretty hard race to try to line up here. I think
The horses to move in now, and they are Mustard, Knickerbocker Kid and On a High. So 3 to load for this, the 4th of the day. The previous race, 7 Koozie, an impressive debut. Corey Brown beat 3 Hipwell and 1 third Spermion. 2 Tasumi ran 4th. The second at 3 Cosmic Force Chris Munson. 3 Jewel Peak. Brent Stanley won the first. Now the favourite walks in, and that's On a High. And we're set for action. This is the 4th of the day. Racing, and a good level start to immediately Perrance out the back, and Shy Lass leads early from Snow Hero. Continental Dana's working forward, and the same can be said for Patch Adams on the inside, and Dr. Freeze is racing in that pack of horses too, and settling just behind them Ram Raid, and then Mustard on the inside of On a High. Knickerbocker Kid Perrance, and Shell runs last down the side at the 700. Shy Lass about 3/4 Snow Hero, a length and a half Continental Dane, followed by Ram Raid, Patch Adams, then Dr. Freeze, a length and a half to Mustard, parked inside of On a High, 2 lengths to Perrance. Knickerbocker Kid and Shell run as the tail ender as they start to string out, and Shy Lass will lead them clearly on the turn, a length and a half on Snow Hero. Hugging the rails third is Ram Raid, followed by Continental Dane, a length Dr. Freeze, and then comes On a High, being called upon now by Bowman. He's starting to sprint very quickly at the 300 marker and past it. Continental Dane and On a High bridge the gap on the early leader Snow Hero. Mustard getting up on the rails. It's On a High, Continental Dane and Mustard 3 in line. Any one of the 3, Mustard the inside. Mustard got there. Mustard, I reckon, from either Continental Dane or On a High, and Perrance not far away. Followed home then on the inside, Snow Hero. At a break, Knickerbocker Kid, Patch Adams, followed at the head of the others by Ram Raid pulling up quickly. Perrance has also pulled up quickly in the run-on. The last 3 home were Dr. Freeze, Shall Run, and the early leader, Shy Lass. Photo. Mustard looks as though it's just one here. Well, from where I stand, it does appear that way, but we're not on the line. He's got a great record at Rosehill, and he, Continental Dane and On a High had a soul-stirring duel, and he's won it. Number 3 is the winner. Mustard, ridden by Glenn Boss. Second placing goes to Continental Dane, number 7, ridden by Terry Jones. And number 4 is third, just that lack of a run, I reckon. And On a High, ridden by Hugh Bowman, third. He's the horse to follow out of the race. And number 10, Perrance, did a big job. When they jumped and he settled, he was back at the tail of the field. He made up many lengths over the concluding 300 metres, Perrance, and he's finished officially 4th. 3, 7, 4 and 10, the winner by Vittori from Altezza. And on this track, he's had 6 starts for 3 wins and a third. He's raced by John McNair and the Rosehill Stud Syndicate, managed by T.M. Road, trained, of course, by Johnny McNair at Gosford, and ridden by Glenn Boss, and started from a wideish alley and got through along the inside in the straight and wore them down to score narrowly. Runner-up, Continental Dane, a mare by Danehill Dancer, trained by Paul Cave, Terry Jones, and number 4, On a High by Poyak High Wisdom, 4-year-old Chestnut Gelding, John O'Shea, Hugh Bowman, 10 4th, 1 5th, and 6th, number 6.
Live coverage of this next race is proudly brought to you by Limerick Lane Thoroughbreds, magnificent facility in Victoria. And our good friends there bring you the coverage of the 5th, where they're about to start calling them in. Chairman's Choice, number 2, is the popular pick here at $2.90. The shortener is number 5, No Deposit, has tightened up to $6.70, and about the third pick at the moment, Greek Adonis, number 6, at $5.40, is pretty steady at that quote. And runners are about to start moving in. We've got the weight signal from Doomben on race 3, 7, 5, 3 and 9.
And Greek Adonis jumped fairly on the inside. Filatimo Dashiki, No Deposit looking for the lead, and then Zero Drama and Bless Him. Lord Kingston dropped out last. Chairman Choice settles down with 4 behind him. At the 1200, No Deposit the leader. Filatimo 3/4 away retained the rails. Dashiki ridden forward today is up to 3rd now. A length and a half. Greek Adonis a good trail 4th on the inside, and then Zero Drama. 2 lengths further back is Chairman's Choice over on the inside with Bless Him around him, and then 2 or 3 lengths further back Kapuna racing deep, being followed then by I'm Noddy between horses. Final Shuffle over on the rails, and Lord Kingston last of all as they went past the 800 metre mark and up to the turn. No Deposit had it narrowly. Dashiki is 2nd, Filatimo a good trail 3rd, Greek Adonis 4th, then Zero Drama and Chairman's Choice from Bless Him. Final Shuffle the grey a long way back on the inside from Lord Kingston and Kapuna, and I'm Noddy last as they swing the corner, and No Deposit first into the straight. Dashiki 2nd, 2 to Filatimo, 2 to Greek Adonis getting away from the inside, then Zero Drama. Chairman's Choice is struggling at the moment, and Bless Him's down the outside. No Deposit at the 300 led by Nick Dashiki. Filatimo on the outside, Greek Adonis next, and then Bless Him coming home from Zero Drama. No Deposit at the 100 in front. Filatimo Dashiki trying hard, and then Greek Adonis. No Deposit with Filatimo coming at it. Dashiki the middle. No Deposit holding on. No Deposit 1.5 head to Filatimo or Dashiki, and then Greek Adonis. Bless Him out very wide on the course, then Zero Drama. Final Shuffle. Lord Kingston, Chairman's Choice struggled in the run home, and a break behind those horses at the tail was Kapuna and I'm Noddy. No Deposit finding the lead soon after the start, and they just couldn't run him down. He's just held on. 123.1, so he's run along a bit. 7-year-old making it 2 in a row, breaking through at Caulfield at his last start. He'll pay $6.40 and $2. 5 No Deposit. Mark Pegas first, trained by Robert Smurden at Ballarat. Minor numbers to come up. There's not much between the stablemates. Filatimo and Dashiki, and just off those would be Greek Adonis in 123.1. Chairman's Choice, well, no wonder he was easy. He settled midfield on the rails, and at no stage did he come into it, perhaps feeling the weight a little bit there. No Deposit breaking through in this preparation at Ararat, and then winning again at Caulfield in a restricted race. So it's a little harder here today, but he had the benefit of the claim. Wasn't a bad field he beat last time out all the same, even though restricted. Confederate Kid finished 3rd in that.
Melbourne filly Innovation Girl, that's the Debonair, coming on at 3:30 Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Now we've got getting set at Morphettville. The Alcohol Go Easy Breeders' Stakes over 1200 is proudly brought to you by the Loan Inquiry Centre. Their number is 02 9958 1677. Now regrowth all the rage here at $1.40. The filly by Unbridled Song, trained by Tony McAvoy. She's had 2 starts for 2 wins. She won her first start at Cheltenham back in December, and then she reappeared 2 weeks ago at Victoria Park to win a listed race over 1,000. She's up to 1200 today, but she's very smart. Now, correct weight Flemington on 5, 9, 1 and 6. Weight is right. Now for the Loan Inquiry Centre, let's join Hilton at Morphettville.
Almost ready. Philip Stokes going for the first 4 on the program. Witch's Wish is in, they're ready to run. Set for a start. Regrowth, long odds on track. There's been good backing though for Syrinx. Has been backed as though it can win the race. Racing now. Regrowth from the inside, away okay. Given a little more rain in the early stages, it will drive and hold the lead from Syrinx. Away nicely, Cash Kalani, and deeper out one time. Behind them, Barabba Road, 2 away, Champagne Gold from Quantro Bull, Witch's Wish and Tatanka. Well, Regrowth led on his ear, led her on her ear as she comes by the 800. She's about 3.5 in front and being held back to the field now. Second, Syrinx, a length or a neck away on the outside was Barabba Road. 3 further back, Cash Galani from One Time, Champagne Gold. Some of these are doing a lot of chasing and they're hard-ridden. Tatanka, Quantro Bull, Witch's Wish. Regrowth on the corner at the 400, about a length in front. Second, Barabba Road. Syrinx is under pressure to hold third at the moment from Cash Kalani and One Time coming around the turn at the 350, and Barabba Road's off the inside to try and go after Regrowth at the 250. Regrowth's about a long neck to a half length in front of Barabba Road. Syrinx is grabbing the bit and coming home well. This favourite's under sufferance at the moment. It's still the leader. Regrowth in front. Syrinx down the centre of the track, and Barabba Road have got Regrowth. Syrinx hit the lead from Barabba Road and Regrowth. Syrinx in front, and Syrinx takes the Breeders' Stakes a half length. Barabba Road 2.5 away third. Regrowth no excuse. Then Cash Kalani One Time, followed home by Quantro Bull, then Champagne Gold, and then Witch's Wish, and a big gap to Tatanka last in a time of 1:10.83.
Stable picked out that Group 2 race after this filly ran a good race at Caulfield 3 weeks ago behind Rinky Dink, and they've picked up a Group 2 today. Syrinx, excuse me, ridden by Brendan Fennick. Barabba Road, Paul Gatt, and Regrowth ridden by Simon Price. Struggling towards the end of things, that favourite. 9, 1 and 6. And this winner's a filly by Desert Prince out of Whistling, having her second start today. She improved on that first up run, and as we said, this looked like a nice race for her. Syrinx, number 9. That's the favourite back on the fence there, Regrowth, and not too many excuses. Perhaps the 1200 metres has found her out towards the end of things. And fourth should go to number 7, Cash Kalani. So we could be looking at 9, 1, 6 and 7. Unitabs 540, 150 Syrinx, 170 Barabba Road, 120 Regrowth, 23 even Quinella, 61.90 the trifecta, and 1:10.83 was the time. It's Memorial. Now we are returning to Rose Hill. Here's Wayne.
Got a very short price favourite here with number 2, Brecon Rose, but I think she, although you don't like taking them short odds, it's going to be very, very hard to beat here.
There's on track, just a wee bit shorter on the tote at 180 currently. Fourth of the day, won by number 3, Mustard, written by Glenn Boss, beat 7, Continental Dane, 4 on a high and a good finish, 10 fourth. Koozie, number 7, won the third, the second to 3, Cosmic Force, and Jewel Peak won the first. Koozie by Desert Prince. And of course, Desert Prince represented by Syrinx to win the big young race in Adelaide recently for the Inghams and Johnny Hawkes. So it's been another good day for Hawksy, eh? And Jack and Bob Ingham as the field is set for this, the 5th of the afternoon. Just waiting on the starter. Now, I don't know whether there's a problem there because I'm looking right through a set of training barrier stalls on an inside track. Now there is a problem because the starter Bill Dale has left his stand. One of the vets has just passed him the phone, and obviously he'll be on the blower now to the chairman of Stipendiary Stewards, Brecon Rose, a shade of odds against on track, and there's late money now for Straight Proof. I wonder if followers of Mustard have plonked for Straight Proof, the stablemate here. Now, I'll get a better view on the closed circuit. Octess has been backed out of the line, and she is minus her rider, Danny Beasley. And here's news coming through. And what time, Greg? 3:11. Octessa's out on Vet's advice. Number 7, Octessa, at 3:11 Eastern Daylight Saving Time on Vet's advice. So down to a field of 6 now. Octessa in New South Wales was $11. She's being unsaddled, and we were just waiting for the start.